Dear colleagues, I am delighted to have the opportunity to address you once again on the occasion of the 40th Plenary Assembly of the World Federation of United Nations Associations. This important event is a landmark in the history of an organization which has a strong tradition of promoting the principles and ideals of the United Nations and continues to champion the cause of human rights throughout the world. As you embark on your discussions and deliberations, let me share with you some observations on two of our common concerns. First, we share the view on the vital role played by civil society across all geographic regions. An autonomous, diverse, and free civil society is a vital component in building a robust and effective human rights protection system. As a dynamic force for change, civil society helps advance the human rights agenda not only at the national level but also at the international level. It is thanks to civil society's tireless role in identifying protection gaps and to their advocacy endeavors that we owe many of the UN human rights mandates and mechanisms that we have today. Yet, despite the considerable advances in the enjoyment of all human rights in an increasing number of countries, civil society actors, including human rights defenders, are under threat. Arrest and torture, harassment, smear campaigns, or false criminal charges solely because of their civil society work. And that work is, of course, grounded in the fundamental rights to freedom of expression, association, and peaceful assembly guaranteed by human rights treaties. Frequently, there are legislative measures such as NGO laws that curtail rather than facilitate civil society work, or which privilege only certain sectors of society. Media campaigns have carried virulent attacks on human rights defenders engaging with the Human Rights Council, labeling them terrorists or traitors. My office is following these developments very closely, and I prioritize such concerns in my meetings with governments and through my public statements and speeches. I welcome WFUNA's vigilance in this respect. While it remains the state's primary obligation to protect civil society actors when their space or they themselves are at risk because of their work to advance human rights, the international community has a shared responsibility to support and protect them. WFUNA's new program, Civil Society in Action for Human Rights, a 3-year project starting early next year, will further strengthen your role in protecting and promoting human rights for all. The second area I wish to highlight is the continuing human rights impact of the global economic crisis. While governments may be compelled to take decisive action to improve their economic situation, they should take great care not to introduce measures that impact on the hard-won rights of their populations, and in particular those of the most vulnerable, including minorities, migrants, and the poorest sectors of society already struggling to make ends meet. Austerity measures must respect the principle of equality and scrupulously avoid discrimination. They should be accompanied by the simultaneous adoption of measures to mitigate the effect of the crisis on the most vulnerable. In particular, there must be safety nets in key sectors such as health and education. I am concerned that the already rancorous debate about migrants, refugees, and minorities may lead to further discrimination and marginalization as dominant groups look to secure their own futures and search for scapegoats. At this time of unprecedented economic challenge and adversity, everybody has a right to participate in decisions affecting their own and their country's future directions. It is for this reason that for 10th December, Human Rights Day, I have chosen to focus on the human right of everyone to participate in public life. Participation and inclusion are essential preconditions for full democracy and an effective human rights protection system. I invite you to use your skills, experience, dedication, and outreach to spread the message. Everyone has a right to participate. Everyone's voice counts. I wish you a very productive and successful plenary assembly. Thank you.